Welcome to part 2. So about let's go over first why you need to be on this for the time being until these people are in prison where they belong. So I've been threatened with all kinds of legal action. They never actually done anything because if it goes to court, then there's always a chance they get exposed in court. And no, normally people would say you can't do something like this because they're going to sue you. Well, let's take care of that. So civil courts in the state of Colorado. Anyone who wants to sue me for anything I say in any of this, I concede in the dark. Grant them whatever they want. You can move on punitive, just grant them whatever they want. Really, I'm here for you. Take an early lunch, and thank you for your service. That's it. Don't care. Knock yourself out. Sue me all you want. Give them $1 billion. Don't care. So when I was saying that victimization starts from day one, I'm not kidding. So, for example, while I worked for this construction company, I got a new truck. Frank McSwain Jr. finagled it so that I wasn't there when my own truck was delivered to the office. And when I got my truck, I got 1 fob. You usually get 2 fobs. I didn't know that. Frank McSwain Jr. kept one of my fobs, so they have always had keys to my vehicle. Frank McSwain Jr. said, hey, we need a picture of you for the website. The only people who have a headshot of me are a grooming gang. It was never on the website. This is what grooming is, preparing for future criminality. All right. So, about the legal stuff. So, again, in the first part, did I talk about this part? Yeah, okay. Right, so Jill Johnson takes me to court as a stalker when she's the one who's engineering instances where I'm picking her up on Valentine's Day and driving her in her pajamas to the office. But I'm the stalker. It's, the funny thing is she's not even the one I hate the most. Shea Sweeney. Shea Sweeney used to go to when I worked for Real America, she used to go to my job site and threaten me on my job site. Just right there. Just no shame. Give me 10 minutes alone and a pair of brass knuckles with that girl. I would love that. Don't look at me that way. She threatened my life. I can get to hit her if I get a chance, I get to hit her. That's how that works. What do we want to go over? So, yeah, the victimization started really early. After I left McSwain, my victimization did not stop. When I said before that Frank McSwain Jr. is a hacker, he most certainly is. He compromised my home computer network through Wi-Fi, and he was either capping my resume sends to different construction companies here in the Valley, or he was doing something that Brendon Bolton calls poisoning the well. Also, while Alex Williamson was being framed by Brendon Bolton was desperately trying to get me to go hang out with him and Alex. Brendon couldn't understand why I didn't trust Brendon. While I worked with Brendon, I caught him on so many lies, I didn't want anything to do with the guy. He's a liar. He couldn't. Why won't I trust him? Had I trusted Brendon Bolton, I would have been framed no different than Alex Williamson. I would have been right there with him. That would have been my fate. Predation starts at first one. So target selection. So let me give you an example. So Alex Williamson is homeless. So controlling his living situation is extremely easy. Just give him a place to park his trailer. You have control of his living situation. Jaime the countertop crook lives 4 or 5 houses away from me in Rifle. He has been going to my house whenever the hell they want. Oh, I didn't bring it. So there's a thing called the toothpick test. You get a toothpick, you put it up on a door jamb. if while you're gone, if the door is open, the toothpick falls out, you know someone's been in there. I did a little modern take on it, where I just did a small sliver of a clear plastic straw, wedged that in there, and I've caught them in my home 4 times. Items from my home have gone missing. Can't find them. My passport, my social security card, a laptop, which ended up turning up later again. That's very concerning. A firearm was not in my gun safe. Where did I find it? I was selling some tools to some guys doing some construction across the street from my house. And so I saw them out there. I'm like, hey, I bet those guys wouldn't mind buying some tools. Went out to my garage, grabbed a bunch of stuff. And when I'm opening up my drawers, the firearm was in the drawer. In my garage. Not in my gun safe where I keep all my guns. So I mean, I already disposed of it. Funny thing I want to say. So I was going over with Star Bearer about how I did my investigation. And it got to a point where he says, okay, stop right there. Tell no one any of that stuff. Don't tell anyone anything else. And good job. So that's my position. I investigated it. And it's evidentiary. I mean, all 33 points. From Brendon Bolton getting William Bill Clay kicked Alex Williamson. William Bill Clay is a member of the Grooming Gang. Kicked Alex Williamson off of the place where Alex Williamson was. And then basically handed him to Brendon Bolton so that Brendon Bolton had access to Alex to frame him. These are the things that my investigation uncovered. There's I didn't know they can stack pig shit that high. His name's Chief Olson, Snowmass Village. You're talking about the hubris and conceit of these people is what drives me up a wall. That I'm articulating reality. They are doing this. Well, we can't do anything about that. So with Chief Olson, I hate calling him Chief because all he is a piece of pig shit. William Bill Clay was basically telling the chief of police for Snowmass Village a bunch of nonsense. So that when I would go to Snowmass Village and try to report them harassing me on my job site, threatening me on my own job site, when I got the Alex fell off the map, even his friends hadn't heard from him. Who did I go to? I went to him because the last place that I saw Alex Williamson, I thought he was dead, by the way. I really was going to the police thinking they killed him because he wasn't answering his phone.